Begin this bulletin with a big breaking news that is coming in from the United States, because the United States has deployed 50 plus fighter jets, including F-22s, the Raptors, the F-35s, the F-16s to the Middle East. Now, the United States military has moved over 50 fighter jets. Now, this includes the F-35s, the F-22s and F-16s to the Middle East in the last 24 hours as part of its buildup of air and naval assets near Iran. Now, the buildup comes amid indirect negotiations with Iranian officials focusing on Iran's nuclear program. So this is a very big buildup. If you take into account the already 2 aircraft carriers that have already been deployed in that region in the Middle East. Now, US jets are moving towards Middle East. Now, this means more pressure on Iran, more pressure on the Khamenei regime, and more pressure for the nuclear talks. More than 50 plus fighter jets. Now, these are the advanced fighter jets of the United States of America, which includes the F-22 Raptors, the F-35s, the F-16 aircrafts to the Middle East. The United States military has moved these 50 fighter jets, more than 50 fighter jets, including their F-35s, the modern state-of-the-art aircrafts that they have, towards Iran. Now, this means more tensions for Iran, more tensions for the Khamenei regime, and more pressure on Iran by the United States. Now, this is Donald Trump's way of talking, the way he pressurizes countries. Now, this is not the first time Donald Trump is doing this. Donald Trump has already sent 2 of its biggest aircraft carriers towards the Middle East, towards the Gulf of Oman from the Caribbean. 2 fighter jets have been, 2 aircraft carriers have been moved towards Iran. Now, this is the biggest buildup ever near Iran by the United States of America. Now, this means F-22s, F-35s, F-22s and F-16s towards the Middle East. Now, in the last 24 hours, this buildup has taken place. It's a buildup of air and the naval assets. The naval assets have already been deployed. The USS Strike Corps Group is already there. The Lincoln USS Lincoln Corps Strike Group is already at that location. Gerald is also there. It's a very big deployment, considering the fact that they want to have talks with Iran. Now, they are pressurizing Iran with their naval buildup, with their fighter aircrafts buildup very near to Iran. Now, more than 50 plus fighter jets are moving towards Iran. In the last 24 hours, this development has taken place. Now, we must remember that Iran has recently seen a lot of protests, anti-regime protests, where the protesters wanted to overthrow the regime. Now, also, Donald Trump has shown support towards the protesters and solidarity towards those who got killed in that protest. And Donald Trump has reiterated this many a times, that help is on the way. Keep fighting, keep protesting, I will be helping you. And now this is the latest development in this story. All right, to speak on this issue, we have KK Sinha sir joining us for more information on the story. General Sinha Sahab, you have to tell us, is this a part of a deterrence, or will there be a strike on Iran by America soon, sir?
Good morning, and Jai Hind. In my calculations, it is a part of coercion, with, one possibility, one option is that, they strike. That is the option. But, the least likely option is that, you have got number of options. But I think, there are a lot of problem in that, and a lot of, it can escalate to a level which America will have to weigh that they can go down. In the history also, that this was the, start of a downfall of a great nation. That challenge is there, because gravitating 3 aircraft carriers, we all know it is USS Gerald Ford is over there, this one Abraham Lincoln, and I was, we are also hearing that USS George W. Bush is coming. Number of aircraft, which the air power, air strike is there. And they have planned it about a week this time. It is not like Operation Midnight Hammer, where they have got one retribution, and that also I not worked it out, because now they are openly talking about 420 kgs of enriched uranium. It shows that, it was not destroyed. So that is the challenge. Now, what their plan is that, if they have to strike, if they're forced to strike and if there is no other way, then in that, basically they will go for a weak type of operations, which is a slightly prolonged. But, the stakes are too high. The stakes are there, because they have got, Iranians have got over and above the missile capability, they have anti-ship missiles. They have got a carrier, which is a drone carrier, which is there in the state of Hormuz. This is of the Iranians I'm talking about. Over and above, last night, I believe in the last evening, more than 3 IL-76 has landed from Russia. They are carrying a lot of equipment, including now they are carrying the attack Raptors, which is coming from Russia, not in flying condition, but they are being, brought, and China is helping in a big way. We know that, like DF missile system, they have got, so all those things are coming. I think America has to weigh very, very high. But this build-up is there, and the diplomacy under coercion is there. We know that in Switzerland, Geneva, there was a talk in sidelines of after the Munich in Muscat what happened. There are signs from Iranian side also that they want to have the deal, because the deal which Donald Trump abrogated in 2016 when he came in power, now he is trying to force it through. So it is again a great departure from especially this administration, which in their first term were able, they at their own, they were the people who actually get away from the nuclear deal. Now they are forcing the nuclear deal in their terms. And I think Iran is giving one hint. The bottom line is that America wants to have the change of regime.
All right, but General Sinha, one more question to you. But Iran is not an easy target. Iran has been knowing to Iran even responded once, and it launched missile attacks towards US bases in the Middle East also, sir. And also they have a very high-end technology when it comes to the drone technology, missile technology, and they have already given warnings. The big question, sir, here is because the protests have failed. Do you think because the regime change protests have failed, so US is resorting to such measures of threatening Iran, or this was all completely planned and was supposed to happen any which way, sir?
Yeah, but you're saying that, in that 12 days war with Israel they had, and in the last retribution was the midnight hammer by the United States of America. And retaliation by Iran was there to all of this base where they have carried out, but that was a demonstrative, and I think it was all tied up with the United States of America that you do it and we will not retaliate. So that even that time, they have realized that, 12 days war and the midnight hammer has not worked that way. Now what you're saying that Iran is absolutely, it is a great missile power. I'm not saying any other thing. Over and above, they have got a lot of drones, and that has proven drones like, Shahid drones and things like that. Now they have got a hypersonic, this Khurram Sar 4, that missile, which has 2,000 kilometers, and that is actually deadly. This is they can't stop it, in spite of the fact that, Gerald Ford has got some jamming equipment which was very effective against Venezuela. So whether, America will take a chance, because military, in military things, when you carry out the capability matrix comparison, you do not take chance until unless, because America hasn't got much stake in the West Asia. They have been pulled because of Israel and the Donald Trump policy, they have pulled it. They actually got away in their first term, and the second term, when he was not there. They wanted to leave this place, have the above the horizon strategy in West Asia and more concentrate on Indo-Pacific. So challenge is there. If they get involved badly, and which the Russians and Chinese want them to get that. And that's why they're giving a space so that America does this mistake. Because America has lost more or less Europe. They have lost transatlantic area. If they lost the Middle East, then the game is over. America greatness.
All right.